Hello, jewelry friends. It's Amy, and today I'd like to talk to you about my red necklaces. I have a whole tray here full of different red necklaces, and I'm going to put them up a couple at a time and discuss them with you. These two I brought out at the same time because I purchased them both from Leslie at Black Dog Vintage. The one on the right was actually one of my first purchases from Leslie about a year ago, whenever I first started to get into jewelry buying on YouTube reseller channels. And this is a really nice red plastic with these beautiful different beads on them. I like the design on it. It kind of looks like, whenever I wear it, it looks like I'm wearing a tie, like a man's tie, the way it comes down. It has a hook clasp on it, and it has, it says West Germany on it. And it was just, I don't know, the right price, and I just liked it. I didn't have anything like it at all in my collection. And when Leslie showed this, she actually took a real pretty brooch and put it about right here, and it just added some sparkle and pizzazz. So this is just one of those pieces that can either be dressed up or dressed down. Now, the necklace that's on the left, I purchased a mystery jewelry bag from Leslie, and this was in it. And around about that same time, I purchased multiple mystery jewelry lots. One from Melly's Jewelry Box, a couple from Jen's Gems and Vintage Finds. That was jewelry from Mama Marge. And then, like, I picked up one at a thrift store. So I had several. I kind of got on this little kick of getting jewelry jars, and this was one of the necklaces that was I'm pretty sure this one came from Leslie. Like I said, I got several of them all at the same time, so I'm thinking this one came from there, but it's red. And this one's really different because the glass beads on it are satin finish. And if you're familiar with any glassware at all, you'll know what I'm talking about with it when I say a satin finish. And it has these little ceramic beads. They look like they're sodalite, but I promise they're ceramic. And then we got this little dangle here that has some blonde gold to it. And then we've got these darker navy blue beads right here. And then if you turn it around, there is a clasp on there as well that is the same finish, and this is a toggle clasp on it. And I just didn't have anything like this in my collection as well, so I held on to it. So let me switch out here to some different necklaces. Thank you for your patience while you wait. This is probably a dyed howlite to mimic coral. I don't think it's real coral, although it is cool to the touch, but it does not have sterling findings on it. And I actually have earrings that go with this. I purchased this at an estate sale for just a couple of dollars, and it's a 3-strand, multi-strand necklace with a little extender on it like that. And let's see here, what else do I have? Also, whenever I first started to watch Leslie, I started to learn more about check glass beads and check glass necklaces. And look at these right here. Whoops. Well, there we go. So, this one on the left has some different smaller beads right here. It goes down to these larger beads, and it's got a little tassel down here. Nice little red check glass. This one is check glass cubes, and like you can even see where it's been strung on this old string. And this is super long, and I wear this doubled and tripled whenever I do wear it. And I purchased both of these at an estate sale not long after I first started to watch Leslie of Black Dog Vintage, and where I started to learn about check glass. I couldn't believe it when I walked into an estate sale and this stuff was just sitting there for a couple of dollars. So I snagged it up real quick. So that's my red check glass. And then let's go with this beautiful, beautiful necklace right here. Look at that. Look at the clasp on this. And then let me put it over here on this one. Look at that. These are the deepest, darkest colors of garnet little nuggets that I've ever seen. They are so cold to the touch, have a nice weight to them. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4 strands. And I purchased this from Anna at Vintage Jewelry Galore. She offered this at an extremely fair price. And my son's birthday is in January, so I love having garnets. And I love wearing this and whenever I wear this, everyone's like, "Ooh, what a beautiful garnet necklace." I mean, everyone just knows what this is whenever you see it. It's kind of really dark up against this black background and the black bust that I have. But it is the most beautiful, oh, almost grape jelly color. Or shall I say cherry jelly? Maybe that might be a better word. All right, and that brings us down to the last, no, there's 3 necklaces. All right, well, these 2 are J. King, Desert Rose Trading. There we go, there's this one. And then there's this one. All right. So, whenever I try to find this one, J. King coral necklace, I can't, every coral necklace I find of his is faceted, and these are like raw, but they are J. King. I purchased this at the what's the name of it? Depot Thrift in Smyrna, Tennessee. And the really neat story about this one is I walked into the Depot Thrift for the first time, and that's where I actually purchased my first J. King. It was this necklace and a ring, and I think I paid $10 for the necklace, and I know I paid $5 for the ring. And the lady was so nice and let me just look through all sorts of stuff. And she said, come back, I'll have more. And I said, okay. So I gave it a couple weeks, and then I went back. And sure enough, she did have some more J. King. But the prices jumped dramatically. Everything was suddenly $20 and higher, upwards to $75. And I said, and she remembered me, and I talked to her, and I said, the prices are a little different. And she said, oh, yeah. She said, the lady I bought them from got really upset with me when she found out how cheaply I was marking things and told me this stuff's really expensive and I should price it higher. And I was like, okay, well, thanks. And I ended up not buying a thing because she had jumped the prices up so much. I mean, when you can pay $15 for 2 pieces of J. King versus $150 for 2 pieces of J. King. Well, obviously, and I realize it's business, and I understand why she did what she did, and did what. I mean, she was still asking some fair prices for what she had, but it just wasn't prices I was willing to, pay, into a thrift store. And I actually went back a couple of weeks later, and all those items were still sitting there. So this resellers have to find the right balance as far as the price points they're asking, and so anyway. But this other necklace over here on the right is a necklace I found at an estate sale. I walked in and had no idea they even had jewelry there, but it wasn't advertised. But they had a huge folding table set up full of jewelry. And the lady was, and the checkout desk was like right there next to that folding table. And she was telling everybody, I'm sorry it's going to take a little longer to check out. We're running 2 estate sales at the same time, and I got to make sure, I mark things appropriately. So I was over there taking my time. And of course, there's the puffy heart, and it is marked on the hook. And this is J. King, and I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I just reached over and grabbed it, and I thought, I'll look at it later. This is just absolutely beautiful. It has some nice color to it, and it's a graduated bead. So again, and I can't find anything like this. Everything I find is J. King, and I write coral in the search engine. It comes up as a faceted necklace. So maybe you guys know better and can help me out, and maybe I'm barking up the wrong tree as to what this stone is. But it's still pretty, and I only paid $4 for this. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, she's like, everything's half off, and I was like, jewelry too. She's like, yes, jewelry too. So they originally had it marked $8, and I only paid 4 for it. I don't think they knew what they had because they had other things in like a showcase. So I just don't think they realized it. All right, and oh, and matching earrings for that necklace there, which I know I got at the thrift store. I'm sorry, they were buried with it. Okay, and then let's take this one off because this one, my camera's set a little lower. Now, I've shared this one with you before. This is Peruvian pink opal in its raw form with purple, oh good lord, with pink potato pearls and pink glass beads all woven in there. And I purchased this from Jen at Jim's Gems and Vintage Finds. And I purposely purchased this to wear to a bridal shower I hosted where the colors were this exact shade of pink and sage green. And that is of course the colors of her wedding as well. So I might wear it to the wedding later on this month. We'll see. But I just absolutely love this. I love opals. I like that these are raw because that's different, and it's just something I'd never seen anywhere before, and it's a special piece. And every time I look at it, I'll think of this young lady who's getting ready to get married. I've known her since she was placed in her mommy's tummy, so she's she calls me her aunt, even though I'm not really her aunt, and I think of her as family, even though there's no blood between us. So I'm very happy to have a little special piece for her. Okay, well, looking all around here, that's all I had to share with you today. So this is my tray of reds. I think it was Karen at Karen's Vintage Montreal who asked about how we store things. So let me kind of pull this out a little bit. These are my 2 busts I have. And then let me slide my tray in there. See if I can do this. I'm sure you guys have seen these trays before, like these. Sorry, I'm in a confined spot here. Let me back up just a little bit. There we go. So there's the trays. And I found these trays at Goodwill. I knew exactly what they were because whenever I go to estate sales, I see these trays. The people who own the estate companies use them. So whenever I found these at Goodwill, I snagged them all, every one I could get. I have these, and I have some that have that are smaller and have different like square compartments into them. But you don't want to hang your necklaces up. You want them to lie flat so they don't get all stretched out. And so that's how I have these in here. Anyway, so just to share a little bit about how I store things. Okay, well, friends, that's all I have for you this week. I hope that you have a great day and a great week, and I'll see you around, and I hope that God blesses you greatly. Until next time, bye-bye.